Ladies, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Tech4her Africa. On Wednesdays, we have our Tech Bite series where you learn a tech skill weekly, and there you go, achieving your dreams. My name is Elizabeth Edwards, founder of Tech4her Africa. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to set up and use Jupyter Notebook as a data scientist. So you might be like aspiring to be one, or you are one already. Well, there's always something to learn. Yeah. So we have a couple of videos that has been posted. So you could just go to our YouTube page to look at varieties of tutorials on Power BI, GitHub, how to use GitHub, how to push code, and how to collaborate GitHub, and just a number of tutorials. Okay, so today we want to talk about Jupyter notebooks. If this is your first time, I'm taking it like from the scratch. Yes. So what is Jupyter notebook? So when you hear about notebook, it's like an experiment environment. Yeah, that data scientists, data engineers, right, that they use to perform experiments on data, uh, make visualizations. Yeah, just like that. Now, let me just define it properly. So, it's a powerful tool for interactive computing and data analysis, and allows you to create and share documents that contain live code, right? Equations, visualizations, and narrative text. In this tutorial, I'm going to take you through Jupyter Notebooks for beginners. So let me just tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to install. We're going to be using the online version, right? Because it's going to take a lot of time to do that. And I have Anaconda installed already. Now I'm going to walk you through the interface, how to use the code, how to use the markdown cells, uh, yeah, how to use the markdown cells. I'm going to show you some keyboard shortcuts, how to save and export your data experiment, and how finally some basic examples to get you started. All right, now the first thing is, like you can see on my screen, head to anaconda.com. When you get there, just head to the download, okay, free download, or okay, or so you can download for Windows or for other installers that you have. Just follow the old download process, and there you go. You have an Anaconda installed. Now, when you want to use the Jupyter Notebook, you necessarily don't have to launch Anaconda. What you do is you search for Jupyter Notebooks here, right? When you do that, you should see Jupyter Notebook come up, yeah, and you just launch it. All right. Now the second way what we're gonna use today, like I said earlier, is to use the online version. Yes, and that's the Jupyter Lite. What you do is just type jupyter.org stroke try Jupyter. Yeah, lab. You can just do lab. It's gonna open, but you can type in all this jupyternotebook.org, blah blah, and like that. Now, once you have this window open, like you see on my screen, right? It's the launcher. Now we're gonna click on. We're using the Python uh, environment for our notebook. Yeah. So what we do is we click on. Once you click on that, it creates a space for you. Now we want to open it in a new window so we can have uh, a more concentrated view, a focused view for our work. Now, this is the Jupyter environment. It's very similar to what you'll have in the Anaconda. Anaconda is like an IDE, Python IDE. Yeah. So that's why you have, so Jupyter Notebook is a notebook by Anaconda, an environment for you to conduct data experiment. All right, so the kernel is talking about the channel, right, to use, which is Python. Yes, so we're going to say select Python hide. Okay, the next thing to do, okay, so we have our environment set up for us, generated for us. Quickly, I'm going to take you through how to use the environment. The first thing is we have what we call cells. Now, this is a cell. If I create another one, this is another cell. Okay, that's the first thing. And uh, we have two types of cells. We have code cells and we have markdown cells. Now, code cells is used for writing and executing codes, and markdown cells they're used for adding text, headings, images, formatted content. Yes. Now, if you look at your screen, if you look at this toolbar, what do you see here? You have this. You can toggle between a code cell and a markdown cell. Like I said, code cells they're used for, like if have a variable called a and I assign a value 4 to my variable. If I run this cell, this is a run button to run the cell. Now that variable has been stored as 4. I think it's still loading that. When I call this variable and I play, uh, that must be internet. Because we're using the online version. Just a minute. Okay. Okay, revert. Let's just start that again. Let's assign 4 and run the cell. And we call our variable. Okay, just a minute. I need to restart. The cell is not responding. Yes. So we have when we call the value, we have 4. Now this is a code cell. Now, if you want to switch to the Markdown, like I said, it's mostly for editing, adding text, formatted content. Uh, let's say, welcome to the tutorial. Yeah, this is a Markdown cell. Yeah. You can move your cells. Let's move those upwards. We're gonna do some formatting soon, but for now, let's have it that way. You also run your cell for the markdown cell. You use the run button. Okay, so the next thing is executing your cells. You can use Shift and Enter to execute to run a cell, or you can just use this run button. Okay, now to format, let's talk about format. We have this hashtag. When you use hashtag, it formats the your header. Now, if I use double, it's going to increase the heading level. Or right, if you use 3, it would increase. If you use 4, you can just experiment with that. Okay, just a second. Now, the more hashtags you had, uh, the lower the case of your header or your title or text. All right. Now we use for bold you use star asterisk. I'm sure you know that. Uh, just a second. Okay, need to right. Asterisk. Ladies, because we are using a light version, right? When we use the asterisk, it gives us the bullet points. The other text as bullet points, but know that uh, the when you use this on your Jupyter notebook, because of our time, I'm not going to be able to go through that. But when you have the double asterisk like this, it would bolden your text, right? And when you have just one asterisk, it would italize your text. Yes, so you can just Google to find out more about formatting in a Jupyter environment. We're using the light version. Yeah, light version. All right, now let's do some. I want to show you some shortcuts. We have just a few minutes left. So to insert a cell, you can just press your keyboard, use your keyboard, and just hey. When you press hey on your keyboard, it would add a cell, and when you use it will add a cell above. When you use B, it's going to insert a cell below. When you press D twice, it would delete the cell. Yeah. So when you want to change cell type, maybe you want to switch to Markdown or the code cell, what do you use? You use Y, letter Y on your keyboard. Now, if you want to run a cell, you use Shift plus Enter. Okay, let me just paste all that on the screen. So, like these are the keyboard shortcuts. They're right there on my screen, so you can check it out. Okay, uh, well, let's do some formatting so you can view it properly. Okay, so just you see how that would come up. Okay, so you may be asking, how do we insert an image? All you need to do is to copy the image either from your desktop computer or from the internet. Like you copy the link and you paste it into the cell. It will not work in the light version, but in the Jupyter notebook or the Anaconda, if you have downloaded and installed, it would work. Yeah. So this is it. Fantastic. All right. Now for saving and exporting, so just ensure that you save your work, though it automatically saves checkpoint. If you check my this panel here, it talks about checkpoint. Now, in when you're using your Jupyter notebook, the Anaconda, the one you installed on your computer, is gonna there's gonna be a folder called checkpoint in one of in your project folder, right? And it stores all the checkpoints of your work so you can keep track of changes you've made and like that. Yeah. uh because we are using, okay, let's see, save and export. Let's see what we can do here in the light version. uh why is it not loading? Okay, so we can, while we wait for, I'm not sure why. Okay, it's not working in the light version. Okay, but just know that you can export as HTML file, PDF. Just imagine you've created visualizations, right? And you can present your code, right? If you created an experiment, you can share using digital notebook or Jupyter notebook. All right, now this is a simple code. We are done. This is the last part of our tutorial. This is a code cell, and this is my code. I just want to have two numbers. Result is this. That's print result 8. Now, if I call this value, oh, it's case sensitive. If I call this value, yeah. So everything that you're doing in your notebook, it stores your variables, and yes, so that's why it's called a notebook. It gives you just that integrated environment to run your experiments and create visualizations. Thank you everyone for joining me. And this is Tech4her Africa. Looking forward to our next tutorial next week. And make sure you join our we have new courses, data and AI courses at Tech4her. Just check tech4her.org/institute. All right. Bye.